Hello there, people. I am back. I am technically alive. I'm checking my pulse right now. I'm not finding anything, but I am here. I've been out of commission for a few days because an ex-friend of mine decided he was going to come round and infect me with his horrible diseases, which was awfully generous of him, and I wish him all the best as he literally burns in hell. But I am back. I am better than ever. If by better than ever you mean, unable to breathe through my nose and with a lung full of phlegm. And I am playing this, Orwell. It's a game. It's a game, apparently. I didn't know it existed either, so don't feel bad not knowing what the fuck this is, because I sure as hell don't either. I'm actually stealing this from a friend's library. I don't own this, but I was looking through a friend of mine's Steam library and he had this, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I want to play this. This looks interesting. And I hope it is interesting, because if it's not, I'm gonna be real sad. Let's create a profile, shall we? Yeah, create. Do that. Congratulations, you've been selected for the Orwell test phase. Please create a profile. Oh, I can have a profile picture. I can look like any of these fine, gentle people. I feel like anything I pick here is somehow going to make me a racist. So let's just be the old man, because that's the one I'm most likely to be in a few years. And my name, last time I checked, was Joe. Right? That's right. That's right. It is actually my name. It's the alias I go by online, but also my name. I'm really inventive like that. Next step. Did you know you are one of... Wow, all these people. You may now enter your email address. Does this want my actual... Is this an in-game thing? Is this an in-game thing, or does it want my actual... I don't know if I'm being fucking phishing scammed here or what. Let's just enter a made-up one and see what happens. Joe at theinternet.com. I am not under 16 years old. I am not. I am a big boy. Be diligent, your work has severe impact. Please agree to the following terms. I am aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of the citizens of the nation. See, I'm assuming this is all an in-fiction sort of thing, and I wasn't meant to put my actual email address in there. Because if I had to put my actual email address in there, this Let's Play would have fucking ended right here and now, you know. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best of my belief. While working, I will adhere to the laws and jurisdiction of the nation. Sure, I can do all those things. Please wait, setting up the profile. The profile. Registration is complete. Wow, look at that. I'm a real boy now. I'm there. I'm logged in. Look at me. I'm in the Freedom Plaza. This is the Freedom Plaza. This is where all the freedom happens. There's some very low frame rate animations going on around here. Oh. Yeah, those are some people. Those are some people who don't exist. You don't exist. Who are you, and what are you doing in the Freedom Plaza? You can't take my freedom with your false identity. I like this art style. I always like the low poly art style. I think it's something that's always going to look good, you know. I mean, low frame rate animations notwithstanding. I feel like while realistic art might... Oh, that one's got a police record. Should watch out for that one. But while realistic art will always look bad in 5 years' time, something like this will always continue to look, you know, pretty decent. I think it's a good way of doing things. Also, it reminds me of Ashen, which is a fucking cool game, and if you haven't played it, you should. If you haven't played it and like Dark Souls, you should. I should add. It's very much a Dark Souls sort of thing. But... Oh, and then there was a bomb. Maybe we should have done something about it when we noticed the woman with the criminal record. Alright, I think we just game overed. Episode 1, the clocks were striking 13. Alright, that's not a thing clocks do, you know. You're online, good. Call me Symes. I'll be your advisor on Orwell. Together we can form both the first and the last line of defense against terrorism. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances. Me? Little old me? Selected from thousands of applicants across the globe. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident. So let's get started. Yes, I did just fail to click the continue arrow. Look, I'm ill, alright. I've activated the reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. Oop. Do we just read the newspaper? That doesn't seem like a very good, like, advanced terrorism deterrent sort of thing. It's just reading the fucking paper. Anyone can do this. Most people do this. Some people do this. Can't say I've read a paper recently, but... Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profiler upon the unknown person file once you're done. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. R.I.P. Freedom Memorial. Oh, we can read more? We can get a whole article out of this? Excuse me 1 second, I need to go, like, hack my lungs up. So if I remember to edit that out. Right. Approximately 7:50 on Wednesday, an explosive device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. Bonton is a weird name. It's like Boston, but not. It's also a bit like London, but not. According to official police reports, 3 people were killed. At least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirmed that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song Die Gedanken sind frei, the thoughts are free, had reached local authorities. Oh, so it's the Germans. You can't make the Germans the bad guys in a video game. That's racist? Right? I don't know. I feel like it always has to be the Russians or the Arabs. They're the only people who can be the bad guys in video games. I played a few of them. Or to be fair, us Brits are pretty good at it as well. We can be the sinister power pulling the strings. We're quite good at that. Prime Minister Blaine. Wow! Wow! Why is the Prime Minister called Blaine? I am so fucking jealous. Our Prime Minister's called Johnson. That's a dick. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault. Well, yeah, and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. JP. Yeah, well, obviously he condemned the assault. He wasn't going to say, oh yeah, that was a really cool assault. I'm glad to see it happened. Negotiations in Trilith failed. Movie shooting completed. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of things going on, but I think this is the one we care about at the moment. Who's this then? Unknown person. Profiler holds all the known information on those we investigate. The file you opened is our main suspect. The blue-haired woman at the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at the arrest record. This one? Yeah, physique. How do I see the arrest record? I'd love to look at the arrest record, but I'm not seeing it. Look, I can still read the paper, that's fine. Not much I can do over here though. Clicky clicky clicky. Listen to how aggressively I'm clicking right now. Oh. Oh. Cool. Quote of the day, the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. Alright. That's nice. Oh. You can press this button. Nothing else seems to do much. How do I look at your fucking criminal record? I've been told to look at your criminal record, but I'm not allowed to. Oh? Oh! Well, you didn't tell me this is how you do it. You didn't tell me to do that. I was just pressing buttons at random until I found the actual result. The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks. Hovering over the data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connections or information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database to a profile to upload them to our servers. Or we can just steal police data? That's pretty cool. Just, whoop. There you go, Orwell. Sandra Watergate. Like from the Watergate scandal. Yeah? Yeah, she was arrested in 2016 for assaulting an officer. Suspect was arrested on site after Officer Franklin had been struck by an unknown object and become unresponsive. The protesters... Stop sneezing, Loki. Very distracting. The protesters and the origin of the assault were forcibly moved, where the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. Oh. Okay, so she fucking killed an officer, or at least, like, knocked one into a coma or some shit. But didn't mean to, I guess? Or at least instantly regretted it? I don't know. Well, getting her name's all well and good, but this doesn't really explain the bomb threat. I guess we just click these stars a lot. I guess this is just a star clicking game, right? Hop back over to the headlines. No, nothing here. There's something else we need to do. Is something else we need to do here? Oh, the picture. There you go. Ugh. Ugh. This is going to be a very choppy video, I'm not going to lie. Or I could just not edit it and you can just listen to my lovely lung noises. Very good. Pictures and the names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information in documents can only become a data chunk when it can clearly be assigned to a target person. Add the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has just been unlocked. We will need this info to progress. Okay, well I can do that. She assaulted an officer. I've already read that. I'm smart. Good, with the data you extracted from the police record, a new document can now be accessed. Now let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked the police officer and you'll see what I mean. How do I... Doesn't... It does... It... Oh, well, I've read that. Is this woman a terrorist? Ha ha! Ha ha! A new thing to read. Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago remains in custody. Trial scheduled for August. The case that keeps the media and the public guessing. Cassandra W., who had allegedly injured a police officer severely 2 weeks ago, is still being held in police custody. The young woman is accused of having hit the victim's head with a large brick. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of a demonstration. The exact same location as the assault, and she turns up there right before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence. As you know, Ms. Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why. We should also gather more background information on it. I want to know who we're really dealing with. As part of a demonstration against the newest amendments to the government's model project, the Safety Bill. You can bill if you want to, you can leave your friends behind. Due to the chaotic nature of the scene, police have not yet been able to connect the crime to the accused Cassandra W., who is an artist by profession. Has denied the accusations completely and has asked her fans to show their support. This is now blurry and very hard to read. A trial has now been scheduled for mid-August. The case received nationwide attention when Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, labelled the alleged perpetrator alongside the other rioters as anti-government terrorists. Oh yes, one who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance. Great, you have found another document. Before we can go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine. I don't want to affect your job, Symes. I don't care about your job. You have extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now and going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that investigators like yourself are the only ones allowed to access the documents of target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away correct or incorrect or misleading data. Never give away correct data. That sounds like governments to me. Hey, that's socially conscious, that's political. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks may be necessary to progress on that case. Oh, so I have to like decide what's relevant. That's going to be some thinking. More thinking than I'm usually capable of. But let's keep on going anyway, shall we? Everything else from here on out we have to decide whether it's worth sending. Okay, so this is her portfolio then. Interesting. Look how happy she is there. She's super happy. She loves it. She loves having a portfolio. I mean, we don't need to send another picture, right? We've got a picture. And this picture makes her look more scary and more like a terrorist, so that's great. I am Cassie, a colourful inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. Yep, that's probably not relevant. Neither's this. Go away. Glad you found me. Finally found the courage to quit my dull day job and focus on my art career. That might be relevant, that she's like unemployed. Although, we've already got occupation down as artist, so I guess we don't need that either. That's not how you spell portfolio. There shouldn't be a dot in the middle. Below you'll find a hand-picked selection of my latest works. You can browse through them by clicking the arrows on the left and right side of the pictures below. See anything you like? Why, of course you do, because it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Totally freaking awesome, dude. That is just hashtag epic. Leave a message on my UTEL account, the Cassie 92. I guess that tells us she was born in 92. Good, you found the chat handle that allows us to overhear any conversation on that account. That's not what I was doing. I was trying to just fill in the date of birth, to be honest, but good for me. The listener now has been unlocked. New conversations will appear whenever they are started. Ooh, so now we can listen to what she's up to. Nothing, apparently. She's a very boring person. There's a cat. Yeah, that beauty's me. I was never sure about the title though. The Businessman's Forgotten Daughter. Let's slap that in as well. You can have that one. Or Victim of Traditionalism in Pink. What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. Christmas present from my darling. Who's this then? This was actually meant to be a private piece, but oh well, I've had a hard time keeping it to myself. We care that she's in a relationship? Maybe we do. We can then, like, keep an eye on him as well. Alright, it's about all we're getting out of there, I think. Anything else to read here? Apparently there's still stuff in the headlines we've not. Let's have a look at this, shall we? Don't know what Triflith are, but the negotiations there failed. Pargesian president aborts negotiations with opposition. Violent riots in Triflith. Blaine encourages renewal. Triflith, peace negotiations. I keep stumbling over that word. You can't blame me. Look at it. Triflith, peace negotiations in the riot-ridden Pargesian capital city Triflith have been aborted. Please stop making me say that. Have been aborted without any result last night. Independent sources report the President Cassart abruptly cut off communication with opposition representatives as the latter presented a tangible plan for the organisation of re-elections. The news about the premature cancellation of the negotiations caused thousands of people to resume demonstrations in the capital. It has now been reported that demonstrators wearing hoods threw incendiary material into shop windows and onto cars. The police struggled to keep the situation under control. Prime Minister Blaine stated his worries about the negative developments regarding the political situation of the neighbouring country and has requested both sides to resume diplomatic discussions. That's nice, but it doesn't really help me much. How about this? Did she work on this? Is her name appearing in here? I don't really think there's anything to be gained from any of this. Anything we can do with this yet? No, okay. I guess maybe something I passed up on was actually relevant, right? I guess maybe that was the thing. Here. Take this as well. Interesting. We should find out what that job was. Ah, listener. Hey, you. Hey, Jossie. Okay, we know a Jossie. I can't seem to find my credit card. I assume you took it, right? You got me, Sherlock. Type faster! Type faster, we're making a video here. In the middle of buying all of Bonton with that platinum card I lifted from your desk. Okay, let's use that. Can't stop me now. You stole a credit card from an unknown person. No, she stole it from Jossie, obviously. We'll be able to find out who or what she was talking about. We could lock it to the owner. Oh, well, that was convenient. Joseph Langley, her fearless attorney. An all-round badass, have mind in this time. Wait, she stole the credit card from a lawyer? Really? Well, we should be able to track the credit card of this Langley down and lock it for him. Done. No, really, no need to thank me, Mr. Langley. Now you have a profile for a related person, it can be accessed via the profiler. Data chunks will only appear for targeted persons and can only be extracted into their relevant profiles. Guess I shouldn't pick up some of those party pills from Big Pharma. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's slap this in as well. Watergate. Pharma entrepreneurs. That does ring a bell. Isn't this relevant here? That she is actually like dating Yosef? No? Okay, fine, whatever. I guess we're not allowed to tell them that. Okay, what else have we got here? Then we got 2 new leads to go down. We can slap on here. It's a new Orwell informs me that you've encountered conflicted data chunks. Whenever the content of 2 data chunks is at odds with one another, those will be shown as conflicted. When you extract one of the data chunks containing a conflict, the others will become invalid immediately. I'd highly recommend that you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed, though this is your decision. Once the information has been passed, there is no way to revise your choice. Wow, you're making me make some choices here, boys. Okay. The case that has been at the centre of media attention for the last month has finally come to an end. Cassandra W. has been acquitted of the alleged assault against a police officer before the trial took place, with the case being closed due to lack of evidence. Okay. However, the case may be reopened should new evidence be discovered. The suspect's lawyer, Joseph Langley, pictured above. Look at him. Look at him. What a smug bastard. Welcome this outcome. At no point was there ever been any valid evidence that my client was guilty, at no point at all, the revered defence attorney commented during a post-trial press gathering. The defence successfully brought video evidence depicting the incident in question, which eventually turned the tide of proceedings. Meanwhile, the relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing the result of the lawsuit. They openly voiced their concerns that the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favour. The victim, a father of 2 young sons, was rushed to hospital after the incident in mid-July, where he is still in an induced coma unresponsive to the treatment. Okay. Okay, we'll come back to this. We don't know. I mean, that's a lot of fucking hearsay right there. Just assuming that because her family are wealthy, that meant they paid off the case. But at the same time, very possible. Let's see what their website has to say. They make pharmaceuticals. These are the ones they make. Probably not much to be seen in there. What about the company? Oh, ho, 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 ho. What do we have here? Go away. Stop. 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 So, carrying the family tradition into the next generation, Alice and Bruno's daughter Cassandra will soon be joining the executive ranks. Her business acumen and unique flair will write the next chapter of our 85-year-long legacy. Junior COO of Watergate Pharmaceuticals. Well, I mean, that's information worth having, right? Appointed to be COO of a pharmaceutical company, probably by one of her parents. Being an artist and a junior COO seems quite odd, but also mentioned she had quit a dull job, didn't she? Here, get the parents' names down as well. Ah, now I see, keeping it a family affair. Anything going on over here? Documents you have already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you when this happens. The National Beholder just published a new article and you may want to go take a look. I'll get on that. Let me just continue reading stuff. We are urgently looking for a chief operating officer to replace the retired, formerly appointed predecessor. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Sure. Don't think we really need to talk about that. I don't think that's that important, considering we already know she left the job. I guess we can slap it in. No harm in it, right? Maybe I was wrong and nothing stays in the family. Ouch. This is probably what she meant about quitting her job. Yeah, well, I think we all knew that, right? Didn't we all know that? Also, what the fuck kind of pharmaceutical company advertises for a fucking chief operating officer on their website? That's not the sort of thing you just, like, get in some rando from the job centre to work, right? You don't just open up applications to anyone for a chief operating officer. You like fucking headhunt people for that sort of thing. Christ. Okay. See what the National Beholder has to say then. Crime rate continues to drop. Interesting. The Ministry of Security has presented latest numbers on crime statistics in the country. Never before have there been so few violent crimes. On Thursday morning, the Ministry of Security published the new crime statistic report of the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offences decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. The crime rates have been continuously declining over the past several years as a direct result of the implementation of the safety bill, which still makes the safety dance play in my head. I don't think it's ever going to not. Can we, like, look at what that is? We can. We'll get to that in a second. Security of Secretaries, that's what that says. Catherine Delacroix appeared very pleased by these numbers and declared this development an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with the recent assault in Bonton, she once again admitted the ambitious goals of the government have not yet been accomplished. She further mentioned that activists are currently being established. Activities, not activists, that's slightly different, are currently being established, which will have a considerable impact preventing further incidents. Okay. Safety bill was passed. And the crimes went down. And the party is elected in government and the crimes went down more. These sound like pretty cool guys. I like the party. Way to go, party. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. I don't think any of it's that relevant to our situation right now. Oh, we can hop through here, though. Robert Blaine, the Prime Minister. There he is. Look at him. He's a man of business. He's got a clenched fist. He's got a big forehead. He knows what he's doing. This is Arthur Scott Gallagher. He's the Secretary of Economy and Trade. He's one of those classic round-faced little glasses politicians. You see a lot of those. And there's Catherine Delacroix. She looks like a newsreader. Is that sexist? I don't know. And there's Peter Faulkner, who looks even more like a newsreader, so it's definitely not sexist. Oh, there's so much I can, like, explore here. Like, I can read about the Parges peacekeeping. Oh, that just brings us back here. Okay. Oh, we can participate. We can become part of the party. I might fuck this job off. I don't really care what happens to Cassandra. I might go join the party. Because, I mean, joining the party just has a pretty fun ring to it, doesn't it? Oh, hang on, it's a bit... I didn't click this one. It's all just fucking government propaganda. There's not really much here, is there? Anyway, hopping back over to... This. I feel like... It's a bit of a leap of logic, I will grant you. But... I feel like her family kind of have nothing to do with her anymore. I feel like she walked out on them, and now they're looking for a new COO, and it's fucked everything up, and I can't imagine they'd be that willing to help her. Case was closed. That's the facts we have. So I figured, a pity the CCTV feed did not actually help. Maybe it will today. Currently I'm thinking that our Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change, don't you agree? Let's find out what happened in between the two lives of hers. What may have caused this radical shift? She liked art. Art was pretty cool. Okay, we've got a birthday. Slap that in. You're invited to tea inside the rabbit hole. Wow. That's such a classic blue-haired Tumblr girl quote, isn't it? Alice in Wonderland up in here. Not that Alice in Wonderland is bad. Like, I legitimately think that book is great, but, you know, come on. She likes music, art, and activism. Well, I guess saying she likes activism is pretty relevant. Music, art, and activism, what a lineup. I mean, they tend to go hand in hand, you know, like art and music and like social change or whatever are pretty commonly linked. Right, first day in freedom, far away from the shackles of Watergate. Farmer. She's got a cat, she likes painting. She likes the Targets, I assume that's a band. What? Who's going to pay for your stuff now? Mummy and Daddy won't like this. Listen, Jake, I'm not Daddy's little girl anymore. My art already got me a lot of money. More than enough to pay my bills. Don't you worry about me. Yeah, fuck you, Jake. Why you gotta be a dick? I like your head, though. It's very smooth. I think bald head works for some people. I am far too pale. I did shave my head once, and I'm so fucking pale that I look like a fucking mint. But... Oh, look at this. Look at this. Angry tweeting. Despised puppets of the state, you have finally managed to destroy us entirely. There is nothing left to do but congratulate you. These are my personal wishes to you from the deepest abyss of my heart. Fuck all of you government lackeys. Yeah, we'll take that. Most painfully, Cassandra. Well, Miss Watergate. We aren't too fond of you either. Tweety, what's the matter? That totally doesn't sound like you. We haven't hung out for ages. You gotta get out from time to time. You feel much better. Mary, shut your freaking mouth, okay? I'm not in the mood for your stupid act. I told you again and again, I cannot deal with this right now. You know what? I'm really sorry that I still care about my best friend. No matter how often she decides to give me the cold shoulder. But in that case, that's in the past now. Okay, this is going to conflict with something. We'll get to that in a minute. Says she's got a broken relationship with Mary Bly. Cassandra is in a relationship with Joseph Langley. Well, we know that, but I guess it's nice to have it confirmed with her lawyer. Might be noteworthy. Why? I suppose he's not seeing what I'm seeing, so that's fair enough. But I don't know why I didn't pass him this information earlier. It seems interesting for someone who's so anti everything, anti, you know, anti-government, anti-law and all that, to be dating a lawyer, but whatever. The Beholder actually wrote about me being freaking redeemed of this shit. But surprise, surprise, they had to mention the speculations over my parents buying me out. Makes the click counts go boom, doesn't it? I mean, the click boom thing is a bit of a... Is this just the article we read before? Yeah, I figured. Go back. At least you're redeemed now. Want to blow off some steam together, a little late night shopping tour? Not today, have a date this evening. Ooh, who was the lucky one? Okay. A lot of chitter chatter going on down here. Aha. What is this? The concept was amazing, so amazing that I had to give my hair a little makeover, so without further ado, how do you like it? Oh my god, what happened to your beautiful hair? Why don't you ask me before going to a stylist? We could have gone together. Cassie's going punk. Did Mummy and Daddy agree with that? XD? You like your XDs, don't you, Jake? You really like XDing. Looks nice. That's a whole new you. You also need a new name then. How about Casarthis? Casarthis. Casarthis. That's clever me. It's not clever. It's not clever. It's catharsis, but backwards, and it's just a mouthful and doesn't make any fucking sense. So henceforth, Cassandra shall be known to the world as Casarthis. I guess that might be useful in case you use the alias somewhere else, so we'll... An alias name, you don't... You know people on the web, so many names, so many identities. It's always good to record every alias, then we can match data chunks to target persons whenever they are using them. As a spirit kiddo, I would like to invite you to our little activist group, if you want to join us. Yep, there you go. An activist group, is there anything more specific? Just discovered this hot new band, The Targets. Man, they rock so hard. They're playing a concert in the cell next week. Who's coming along? Mary, I'm looking at you. Punk's not my style. Sorry, Cass. Can't we just go see Cherry Cheek sometime? Yeah. Oh la la, wee non. Having an amazing shopping tour with Mary, my best friend of all time. See, this is old. Yeah, she was her best friend, but she's not anymore. This here. Do I have to disable the other one before I can use it? No, I don't. There you go. How sad. Yeah, well. Keep going back then, shall we? Oh, that's as far as it goes. Okay. It's amazing how this was her post where she was like speaking French and being all hoity-toity, and then literally the next post she was like, I'm into the punk bands, and then she go see them and be punk, and they're so hot with 3 W's. Know what I mean? There's something going on Listener. What's going on? Another chat? Ah, another one with Joseph. Let's see what is going down. Did you hear about the Freedom Plaza bombing? Yeah, don't remind me. You know I have a history with that place. Yes, Cassandra. And I did it! No, it's already fucking me up enough that I have to catch a bus from there every day. Too many bad memories, and now I was there just moments before this happened. I should never have gone to that damn protest. Darling, you don't need to justify yourself to anybody, especially not to me. We'll use this, because she has to be there every day legitimately. That's the reason for her to be there, right? Meaning her presence there before the bombing could be coincidence after all. I'll reserve my thoughts until you find more evidence. What's this? I was so happy when the Goldfells accepted me into thought. I guess thought is the... I desperately wanted to go to prove my worth to the cause. I mean, yeah, we'll use this as well. Activist group thought. Interesting. Maybe that's what influenced it. And who is Goldfells? We should find something that shows her current attitude and see if we're following the right person. Just prattling on about how insecure she is. That's fine. Most people with blue hair are. Yeah, I called you out. I called you out, blue-haired girls. What are you going to do about it? Blue-haired boys too, but there's less of them. How many often? That's the thing I just said. How often do you see a boy with blue hair? They normally have like stupid bleach blonde hair, if anything, which is also pretty insecure. This is the thought. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear, says George Orwell. Oh, there's a lot of shit here, isn't there? Freedom is unfree. Oh, this is her. This is Catharsis. It's cams everywhere, even at the Freedom Plaza. Is it me, or is that just a little bit more ironic? You probably all know me as either that blue-haired punk bitch, stupid cunt, or anti-governmental terrorist. Yeah, these are the only some of the names I've been called during the criminal investigation against me. That was because in the middle of the chaos, someone Are they still fucking typing? Is that why I keep hearing this fucking message send noise? Is that... Jesus, shut up. I just had to deal with this morning because I woke up and my fucking group chat had like 300 unread messages in it. Ugh. That was because in the middle of the chaos, someone believed to have seen me hurt a police officer. It never even occurred to anybody that it wasn't me. There are lots of blue-haired girls. We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We have always been against violence. Okay, where is this conflicting then? She's just like defending herself here. I mean, yeah, but how can we believe her word? Catharsis. She has one articles, and it was that one article, and there's her util. So yeah, that all makes sense, but sure. Okay, we can't read this one. Oh, okay. Are they all unreadable? I guess so. The only one we can read is hers. Okay, so we'll keep reading. One would assume that in an age where there are cams everywhere, it should be easy to prove whether I was all involved or not, but it wasn't. It took weeks of investigative custody to figure out that the cam footage was actually not clearly showing anything at all, which raises the question, why are there so many cams in the first place? The answer is intimidation only. You keep calm, quiet and careful when there are cameras around, or you fear that there are cameras where you cannot see. When founding this blog years ago, Abraham predicted pretty much all of this. Oh, there is one we can read. Okay. Interesting. So this is the guy who founded this. Abraham Goldfells, presumably, or Goldfells is possibly just an alias. I don't know. I like his look though. He's got a bit of a suave Rat Pack thing going. It's very cool. Yeah, Goldfells is his surname. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of chitter chatter here, but not much that's standing out to me. We know who this guy is now, though. Adrian Goldfells. Can we not use that? That would be very useful information, I feel, but I guess maybe not. Why are we back here again? Ah, finally someone who had the grit and explosives to show how futile surveillance is. That's what is conflicting. Is assault justified for showing the futility of surveillance? Is this a new post? This wasn't here before, was it? Did you just post this now? That's convenient. There are thousands of cameras pointing to a target and the Big Bang still happens. I haven't laughed like this for ages. What now, Miss Delacroix? What now? Really, Cassie, you laugh at people being killed? Are you out of your mind? I'm starting to warm up to Bald Jake. I think Bald Jake has some sensible opinions on things. I mean, I don't know if this is just bravado though, you know? There's an averse attitude toward violence. No, I'm going with the other one. I'm going with the bravado. There you go. Take that. I suspected as much. Seems like we're looking at the right person. I mean, I wouldn't say that necessarily. She's clearly a bit of a fucking bitch, but that doesn't necessarily mean she did it. Looking at what you've extracted so far, we're dealing with a potentially dangerous personality. I will now indicate that to law enforcement. Alright, what we have found so far is good and interesting, but I think we should be searching for something a little bit more concrete. We have to dig deeper. Well, conveniently enough, she's having a little chat with Juliet Carrington right now. Hey, Cassie. Hi, Jules. Cassie, I just wanted to know. Your post on the timelines about this assault. You really shouldn't write something like that. Really, Jules, you're not going to preach to me about this stupid post, are you? No. Wanted to know what's wrong, Cassie. It's nothing. Just between the two of us. Just had to let off steam, you know? Because of what happened, isn't it? Yeah, and lots of other shit today. This bombing stirred up all of this crap again, you know? What I did. What happened there wasn't your fault. Oh? Oh? How could it not have been my fault, Julie? I smashed the freaking skull of a father of 2 children because I lost it. Cassie, you hurt that officer to save me, and you succeeded. You mustn't forget about that. That was so brave. Fuck. Who knows what would have happened if you hadn't stopped him, and this is why you should really remove this post. I feel like an asshole, the worst kind of asshole. I might be free, but not rightly so. I'm not innocent. Oh, Cassie. Nobody is innocent. You have to let it go. So no, I don't think she did the bombing. I don't think it matters. I mean, maybe the officer was going to do something. But that's like a case for the trial, right? The fact of the matter is, she has admitted that she did it. And the severity of the sentence depends entirely on whether it was self-defense or not. Here you go. What, she openly admitted to such a violent act? This is perfect. We can arrest her and open the investigation again. Very good work. The intervention team is already on its way. We need to await for confirmation. Miss Watergate's case, it's not a problem to get her address with the help of local police due to her former record. I don't think she did the bombing though. I really don't think she did the bombing. I feel like I sent them some slightly faulty information about her attitude towards the bombing and that. There's another one. Let's see what this says. I thought about what you said. Maybe you're right. I should take the post down. It'll be better, believe me. Wait a second, somebody's at the door. Uh-oh. BRB? No, you won't. You'll be waiting a while, Juliet. By the way, how is your boyfriend? You still together? You haven't been talking about him much lately. Or not as much as before. Hello? I mean, she only just went to the door, like... Are you still there? She's at the door! Like, okay, we know she's getting arrested, but fucking Jules is impatient, isn't she? I'll inquire if it went well arresting Miss Watergate. You did a good job in any case. Although we have no proof she's involved in the bombing, we might be able to question her. And with that admission of guilt, she will probably serve time. Okay, I've received some confirmation that she is now in custody. Very good work indeed. I'm curious about this thought group, though. Whether they... Oh god. No, 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 look at the news. I'm trying, I just need to navigate this. Breaking news, 2 dead after second explosion. Explosive charge set off at Skeleton. I'm trying to read, I don't know if it's horrible or not. I mean, it probably is, because 2 people are dead, but you're kind of interrupting me here, Symes. 2 dead, similar approach, same letter found. So these assaults are connected. And if that wasn't the case already, Ms. Watergate was in custody at the time, so that's her out of the picture, at least for this attack. This complicates matters massively, so much for our simple test case. I need to speak to my superiors, see how much we are able to proceed given the extenuating circumstances. You did good today. You can log off and get some rest by clicking the button at the top of the desktop. Try and get some sleep. I have a feeling the next few days are going to be trying at best. Just a second, I just want to read this article real quick. Explosive charge set off at Skeleton University in Bonton. That's what it says. At least 2 people dead, 3 injured. Once again, a letter has been received just before the crime. Half an hour ago, an explosion occurred at the campus of Bonton University. According to the latest reports, at least 2 people were killed and a further 3 injured severely. The area was evacuated immediately. According to yet unconfirmed statements, the City Administration Officer Bonton received an anonymous letter just 3 minutes prior to the detonation, which again contained the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song, Die Gedanken sind frei, the thoughts are free. Exactly like the letter received before the assault on the Freedom Plaza yesterday. We will inform you about any developments on the event. 1 second. 1 second. I am going to log off. This is about where I'm going to wrap up for today, I think. But something I want to have a quick look at. Are thoughts still free? Thoughts are still free. There was a German folk song called The Thoughts Are Free. It goes like this. Well, that's something to consider. That's definitely something to consider. Anyway, this is interesting. This is very interesting. It's very wordy. I apologise if it's not that interesting just listening to me read stuff, but I'm genuinely intrigued by this. I think it's a very, very interesting little game? I mean, yeah, game, I suppose is the word. Yeah. Yeah. More of this later, I think. More of this later. Thanks for watching, guys. Thoughts are free.